The View attacks Elon Musk's son. Is this demonic oppression on screen? This celebrity occult practice is making waves in Hollywood. Former Hillsong pastor Carl Lentz opens up about life after ministry. And God shows Prophet Chuck Pierce 2026 and beyond. I'm John Matarazzo for charismanews.com. This is your midweek rundown. We're going to start off today by listening to what Prophet Chuck Pierce has to say about what God showed him on election night about 2026 and beyond.
I believe the Lord showed me that there was such a ploy during this time to get America to a place of loss of morale in the spiritual dimension, a Christian dimension, that we could have easily be defeated as a nation. And I knew there had to be a turning, but I didn't ask the question to the Lord about who would win the election. Would it be Trump or Kamala? I said, Lord, can you show me anything past 2026? Because God had shown me the 40 years leading up to 2026. It had been documented. It had all just played out to a T. But I didn't really have a clear vision of where we were going past 2026. And so at 3 a.m. that morning, the Lord awakened me and he said these words, extend time, Hezekiah. And I thought, well, now, Lord, Hezekiah made some mistakes. They all made mistakes, but let me go through and see exactly what you're saying. So I was seeking the Lord between 3 and 4 a.m. before the election, and the phone rang, and it was from Israel. And the person on the other line said, we have met and prayed for you, and we know it's 4 a.m. there, but the Lord told us to call and tell you God is saying Hezekiah to you. And so it really was that important for me to see something. So as I sought the Lord, he took me to a scripture that's in Isaiah 37. It's also in 2 Kings 18 and 19, that area of the Bible. And this is what the Lord all of a sudden just quickened to me. This shall be a sign to you. You shall eat this year such as grows of itself. In the second year, what springs from the same. In the third year, sow and reap. Plant vineyards, eat the fruit of them, and the remnant who have escaped from the house of Judah shall again take root downward and bear fruit upward. All of a sudden, I was already, I go by the Hebrew calendar. This was November, so we had already had Feast of Tabernacles, so we were already in the Hebrew year 5785. 2025 was approaching in our calendar. So the first year, 2025, the second year, 2026, the third year, 2027, I stood up and began to shout and said, Lord, you have taken me beyond where you have shown me in the past. Now, would you really reveal how we're to advance so that by 2027, we will come into a new place of bearing fruit from all that we've prayed and warred in the past? It was just the most incredible meeting. And I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt Donald Trump would win, because that was the only hope for America making its turn beyond what I had seen could happen through 2026. See, when God first showed me that in 1986, he showed me that America would be in a desperate place by 2026, and unless there was an intervention, America would go into its deep, deep decline starting in 2026. All of a sudden, there had been an extension of time.
Wow. So in the past, Prophet Chuck Pierce received a vision of 10-year increments leading up to 2026, but the visions stopped there. And so it was very encouraging for him to receive this vision for 2026 and beyond. Finally, I know from conversations with him and around him, I know that he had been frustrating and been asking God to show him those things. If you want to see the full interview that he did, I'll put the link in the description as well. Next, Carl Lentz shares about details of life after ministry. Former Hillsong celebrity pastor Carl Lentz recently sat down with recording artist Lecrae to talk about his past and what life has been like after falling from ministry grace. Once a high-profile pastor with celebrity connections, Lentz is now speaking from a place of humility, acknowledging the pain he caused and the lessons learned. Lentz's departure from Hillsong was a highly publicized event, shaking the global church community. In the aftermath, he retreated from public life, focusing on his family and seeking restoration. He admitted to battling depression and deep shame, stating that his past actions deeply hurt his wife, children, and congregation. The host, Lecrae, points out that the huge ministry realm in itself breeds the possibility for pastors to be lifted up to a place of idolization, a spot no human should be placed in. As Lentz points out, it led for him to also put himself in a position that he did not belong. And you can watch the video, click the link in the description to read the article and watch the video for yourself. But in a surprising turn, Lentz has resurfaced at Transformation Church in Oklahoma, a ministry led by Pastor Mike Todd. His involvement there has sparked a lot of mixed reactions. While some applaud his attempt at spiritual rehabilitation, others remain skeptical of his return to the church community. Lentz insists, however, that he is not seeking a platform, but rather a place to serve and heal. There's a lot more in this article that you can read yourself, and definitely check it out because there's some insight into what life after ministry looks like for the formerly disgraced, but now looks like he's being restored, at least to some extent, Pastor Carl Lentz, former Pastor Carl Lentz. The secret of manifestation is occultism and the worship of self. In this article by Harbinger's Daily, it says, the more you listen to celebrities, the more you realize that they are really in bondage to some very strange ideas. The practice of manifesting is not a new idea, but its popularity continues as its so-called practitioners continue to proclaim its efficiency in their lives. Celebrities such as Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, Lady Gaga, Tom Holland, Drake, and many others claim to have had success using the process of manifestation. And you can read more about this and what they're actually doing in this practice of manifestation that is unbiblical. It is more than just the power of positive thinking, but there's a lot more to it, and it is definitely a twisted manipulation. And we've dealt with this in the past. And so check out this article. The link will be in the description here. Now, The View attacks Elon Musk's son. Does this give it a disturbing glimpse of demonic oppression? There are a few things more enraging than watching the innocent being attacked by those who revel in bitterness and rage. Whoopi Goldberg and The View panelists have hit a new low, lashing out at a 4-year-old child, Elon Musk's son, Little X. This isn't just political hostility. This is something darker, something that bears a striking resemblance to the spiritual oppression described in Scripture. Conservative podcaster Benny Johnson put it bluntly. He said that the childless, hideous witches of The View, who have literally nothing to live for other than their own anger and nihilism, have decided to attack Elon Musk's 4-year-old son. That's not hyperbole. That's an accurate depiction of what we're witnessing. Adults devoid of joy and family purpose, viciously targeting a child simply because they despise his father. Now, you'll be able to click the links in the description and watch and go to the article and watch the videos for yourself here. But this article brings up a biblical parallel to demonic oppression and gives some understanding to what we might be seeing on screen there, as well as the power of present fathers. Now, Elon Musk has his own issues, but at least he does seem to very much love his son, and we've been seeing Little X in a lot of different places recently with his father, the world's richest man. And so the the less final desperation, and you can read the comments about that. So let us know what you think about these articles and more in the comments below, and we'll look forward to seeing you again real soon. I'm John Matarazzo for charismanews.com. This is your Midweek Rundown. Thank you so much for watching. Things are happening in our world that feel like more than just random events. If you've ever had that gut feeling that history is repeating itself, there's a reason for that, and Jonathan Cahn has been warning about it for years. This is the Harbinger graphic novel, a stunning, full-color adaptation of the best-selling book that reveals the ancient mysteries behind modern events. This isn't just a story, it's a prophetic warning. And now with powerful visuals and cinematic storytelling, this message hits even harder. If you thought that the original book was gripping, this version will keep you turning pages like it's a thriller, because it is. The signs, the patterns, the warnings, it's all there, and it's all playing out before our eyes. This is more than entertainment. It's a wake-up call. Get your copy of the Harbinger graphic novel today.